Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot reading and astrology for April 27th through May 2nd of 2020. Last week of April, we're in Taurus season. I have my George Costanza candle here, my Lamb of God Costanza here that I got for my birthday. 2020, it was supposed to be the summer of George. So I put that up here just for the astrology half. I'll probably take it away when we get into the readings just because I don't want to waste any bit of this. I love this. And I did get it for my birthday this past week. So happy birthday to all Tauruses celebrating as well. Let's get into your astrology here. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share the videos if you enjoyed it. And check out your readings for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. If you want to book a private reading, all my info is below. And I am taking 20% off during this pandemic time. And I'll talk a little bit about the astrology analysis through Truly Divine and how you can get 30% off at the end, okay? So let's get into this here with the astrology, all right? Monday, April 27th, we're starting off the week with the moon in Cancer. You also have Mercury moving into Taurus, which is pretty big here. So that's going to bring about a lot more prudent, methodical, practical thinking and execution. We're going to be a lot more tenacious, unlikely to change our mind and where we're directing our energy at this time. We're going to be taking our time to establish conclusions and judgments with Mercury in Taurus because it does bring up this more dogmaticism, this slow, silent processes that are going to be a lot more common in terms of making a decision, changing direction, in terms of, again, where we're directing our energy in general here. So judgments formed during this time will probably end up sticking and not changing. On Tuesday, April 28th, we have a couple of things here, mostly small stuff until Wednesday. Sun in Taurus sextiling the moon in Cancer, bringing up equality and ability to deal well with all. We're going to be feeling at home and looking towards friends and family for any support or help at this time. We also have Mercury in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius, bringing up some more quarrelsome, greedy, and suspicious energies. Wednesday, April 29th, which is going to be pretty big here, we do have Saturn retrograding beginning on Capricorn. I feel like I said that super weird. Saturn retrograde begins on Capricorn. All right. I feel like you can't say it right anyway. Anyways, delays resulting in your long-term plans. Fear of failure might come up here, and this more self-deprecation, provoking a lot of self-punishment. So watch out for that while Saturn's retrograding in Capricorn at this time. I'm not sure exactly when that ends. For some reason, I didn't write it down. I do apologize. So let's move on now here. We also have the moon in Cancer on that same day, opposite Pluto in Capricorn, bringing up more one-sided views of emotions, feeling dejected, and having more addictions to pleasure and self-indulgence as a reaction. We also have the moon in Leo opposite Saturn and Aquarius on this day, bringing again this dissatisfied, introverted, more depressed, and low energy due to perceived restrictions here. So Wednesday could be a little bit Thursday, April 30th, we have the moon in Leo squaring Mercury in Taurus here, so spiritual gifts are going to be in focus here, and we're going to be less superficial and hasty. We also have the moon in Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus, which is going to bring up eccentric, headstrong, capricious, intense energy here. Could also bring up some derailments of relationships, so watch out for that. We also have Mercury in Taurus conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, so both of them being in Taurus, it's going to make us more progressive, unconventional, creative, inventive, and intuitive here. It's going to bring up this more adaptability and agile mindset, which is interesting for all this Taurus energy, but Uranus and Taurus really brings in that opposite again, adaptable, non-traditional energy. So we're going to be ignoring the traditional here. And that's pretty much all the big stuff going on this week in terms of astrology. So from here forward, we're going to be talking the tarot for the week, all right? Alrighty, Leos, Leo sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let's look at your tarot week ahead for April 27th through May 2nd. All right, funny little story here. For my birthday, my mom sent me this cloth in the mail, and then when I was video chatting her on my birthday, she explained what it was, and it is a napkin that she stole from Guy Fieri's restaurant. So I have a cloth that has been stolen from Flavortown that she stole from me to use to wrap some of my tarot cards. So I thought you guys would enjoy the story of the stolen Flavortown cloth here. Guy Fieri, don't come after me. We're using the Game of Thrones tarot here for your week ahead. We're going to take a look here, guys. Oh, my Leos. Ooh. Nice. All right. I'm liking your week ahead here. I really am. Let's continue on this good card path here. Oh, we are. Ooh. And one last one here. You got a couple tens here. And as we know with Deku Tarot, if you guys have been with me for a while, whenever I get one 10, I tend to get a second 10. And we have a 10 of Cups and a 10 of Pentacles. The two best 10s you can get here. So we have a lot of material, physical, also comforting energy here. This is really blissful, contented, just love energy as well. We're feeling really happy and at peace with our groups, with our chosen family, maybe even with our actual family, with those that we love and feel very close to. We're feeling a lot of camaraderie, balance, security, and just success there. These are both really... We feel like we've come to the end of a really long journey and have really found, happiness, again, with our family, security, stability, love in all its really most beautiful forms here. So you guys are at the end of a really long journey, it feels like. And I think that you guys have grown a lot emotionally. I've noticed in the past, I would say maybe 2 years emotionally reading for you guys. It's been amazing. Like, you guys have grown a lot. There's been a lot that you've been through. I feel like we've been on a really long journey, and we're really feeling that this week, because your theme of the week here is the Hierophant. Yes, it's the card of Taurus. We're in the Sun in Taurus, a fellow fixed sign of Earth. The Hierophant shows up to tell us to take things slower, to rely on our knowledge. And it also has this it's Varys here. And if you know Game of Thrones, he always has this long game plan. He's got all his, he's got all his contacts to keep him on, in the know, so that he knows, who's in power, who's not in power. There's always a lot of based actual knowledge here with the Hierophant that we're applying and that we're using here. And it says you have a lot of skill. You've been through a lot. You've had a lot of experience, and you have a lot of knowledge because of that, spiritually, mentally, physically. The Hierophant is very grounded in their knowledge and has a great perception of where the future is taking them, where things are going. It takes it steps away from any of the normal worries of people, leads away from worldly concerns really, and focuses very much on just contemplation, on intelligence, and on feeling our way forward in these ways, on relying on the knowledge that we've built up. So the Hierophant is very wise. You have a sense of acquired wiseness, and I feel like I'm not saying that right, acquired intelligence and wiseness that you have developed. Like, you've become a much higher version of yourself, whether you've realized it or not. Whoever's resonating with this, it's really beautiful. How you're feeling this week, again, is very contented, peaceful. 4 of Wands. We've made it, and we can now celebrate by getting wherever we've been trying to get to, especially how we've been feeling spiritually and emotionally. You guys have gotten to a place where you should celebrate how much you've grown, where you've gotten to, what you're now appreciating, and look around you and see how your world has changed. What have you built around you? How have you changed it? Who and what have you let go of that's been toxic, that's allowed you to come to this place of peace, recognition, and real balance between in our energies, and also between the people around us, especially in what we consider our home environment, the people that we're closest to. But this is celebration and getting to this place of it just feels like a big yes, a big celebration this week. You're feeling really contented and at peace, just really peaceful, really happy. And of course, career here, 10 of Cups. So you're feeling really emotionally content here. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment and bliss, happiness, feeling like you've really won something, have really leveled up, and you're really emotionally proud of yourself with how far you've come with your career. Again, you could be receiving some type of accolade, you could be receiving some money, you could be receiving a thanks, or a lot of, just also emotionally feeling very fulfilled by whatever it is that you're doing and bringing to the world at this time, because you have chased it, because you have created a life for yourself where you get to do what you love. And Leos, you're known for kind of doing that, for really being amazing at what you do, being the best at it, really hardworking, and loving what you do. Fixed signs always kind of need to love what they do, but especially I find you in Taurus, like it's very important for you to love what you do. I mean, I guess all the fixed signs, but especially I find with you guys. Emotional and relationship here, we get the King of Spears as well as the King of Swords. So two kings of, you know, how we're feeling, a passion. I mean, this is you guys. King of Spears, when the king shows up, it's usually the fixed sign of the reading. He's showing up upright. So you guys are showing up very, again, authoritative, in control, very impassionate. You're showing up also very attractive probably to people as your best self, really, when the king of your energy shows up here. We're also very communicative in a really positive way. There's a lot of just positive, good, authoritative, in control, on the money, you know, people just kind of flocking to you kind of energy. You have a really great presence this week, honestly, especially in terms of your relationships. So if you're in a relationship, you know, we're ruling with our passion and our, you know, our drive, our energy here in our mind. The King of Swords can be a little bit of a harsh energy, as you can obviously see with who he is in this deck here. But the King of Spears, what we have to also reprimand... oh my god. Okay, yeah, spears are wands. For some reason, for 1 second, I was like, are these swords? Oh boy. I thought it was one of those decks where it throws me off. But yeah, King of Spears here is Ned Stark. And he's very just. He knows what's right. He's a great ruler. People like him because he's true to himself. He has this great streak of truth and passion for it. Doing the right thing, doing what is best for people, and being that best person. Being somebody anyone can turn to. And King of Swords here is a very harsh, but also doesn't let emotions and other things get in the way of what the truth is, of how they're seeing things, how they're communicating. The King of Swords rules in mature and full command. So there's a lot of maturity and full command in your love life this week, whether you're single or not. There's a lot of, you know, high-mindedness and communication on an upper level in your best way. You're speaking really succinctly, clearly, and to the point in your relationships. For some of you, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, and be kind of meeting your match here. This is a very intense, you know, butting of heads, where it's like almost like the conflict and the tension between you adds to the attraction. You're not sure if you hate this person or you like them. It's really interesting. I'm going to pull one more because two kings is a strange thing to get sometimes for love. It's a very intense energy. Yeah, oh my god, and in between it we have justice. Again, there's a very just, clear-mindedness about this all, you know, what is best for us, what's best for the situation. So some of you might be wanting to go back to negative patterns in terms of love, how you approach things. Maybe you were a player, maybe you're addicted to, you know, dating, sex, whatever it might be, and you needed to work on that. This has you really focusing on, you know, what is actually healthiest for you, what is best for you right now, what's best in this situation, what do you really need. It's looking at things with a sense of responsibility and doing what needs to be done, okay? So there's a really intense energy about you guys this week in terms of your feelings and emotions in the relationship sector. And in terms of if you're married in a relationship, it's very like pragmatic, intense, very truthful. I feel like you guys are going to be having big conversations, intense ones, connecting a lot in the mind and in your energy. It's pretty combustible almost. And your advice this week is 10 of coins. For those of you who really want to go out and do things, stay the hell home. Just stay home. Like, please stop questioning that. It's just a message that I get for you guys. I know fire signs, it's hard, but stay home. And also find your sense of peace, you know, get into cooking for some of you. 10 of coins as a card of advice is it's an interesting placement for sure. It talks again a lot about material dominance, you know, also dominance of the home, of the people around you, ancestral, lineal, things like that. So we could be very focused on the family and home this week. We might need to work on those areas and apply this grown intelligence and spiritual growth here to this area and figure out, you know, what is our home and family, and also to appreciate and really get in there, you know what I mean? Spend a lot of time, you know, focusing on those things. It also, again, has you focusing on what is best in terms of what your view of home is, what your view of what you want your life physically even to look like, material home, like physical home, I mean, the people around you, where you want to be living. That's going to help you focus this week. And also, it is a general intense sense of groundedness and feeling very grounded and abundant. So feel that way and get really into that mindset, into that spirit when you're feeling lost or needing some guidance this week, okay? Or again, turn to close people that you consider your home, your family, the people that, your soul family. Let's pull a romance angel for you guys from the Doreen Virtue deck. Ooh, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. For those of you who want to know if love is for you, yes, it is. You just have to open your heart to it, okay? And it kind of feels like you guys are ready to start opening up soon, but you're being very pragmatic and intelligent about it. If you guys have been single for a while and you really want to be in a good relationship, but it's been difficult, I feel like you guys are being very intelligent and pragmatic in terms of what's best for you, rather than, I just want to be with somebody, I want attention, I want to like hang out with somebody, I'm bored, I'm lonely. It's not letting those things misdirect you this week. Ooh, let's see what we get here. I really like this one. Intuition. And look at this card. It is beautiful. It's from the Lynn V. Andrews Oracle deck. I'm sorry I have to put it sideways here, but we're going to look at it anyways. From the left side of your body comes your female energy, whether you are man or woman. Within this femaleness, the feminine consciousness, lives your intuition. Intuition is the intelligence of your body-mind. You feel what is true with your body-mind, rather than know what is true with your mind. Intuition does not have the clouds of accumulated knowledge to distort your vision. Intuition simply sees what is the truth. With intuition, you can feel the source of your being without reasoning it away and being filled with doubt. Doubt destroys your intuition. Find your power always in balance between mind and intuition. Beautiful messages for you guys this week, and I think this is like exactly on the money. I love the way these cards always sum up the reading. So have a wonderful and blessed week, my lovely Leos. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. Do make sure to subscribe, share the video. If you want to book a private reading, guys, all of that information is always right below in my description box. And again, I'm taking 20% off of all of my readings right now, just to help out during this whole pandemic global situation. Do check out Truly Divine. They are an incredible astrology and numerology service. They do analysis just for yourself, for your life path number. They also do compatibility analysis for numerology as well as astrology. And the astrology one was just like, I mean, they were both incredible, but I still am going back and reading it. I started rereading my own astrology analysis this past week again, and it's just incredible. So do check them out, guys. You can get 30% off with my code Deku30. You can use it as many times as you want. You don't just have to use it once. You can give it to as many friends. They can use it. So do take advantage of that. They're the best astrology and numerology analysis system I have ever used, and I get readings and I've had analysis done by people in person for astrology and numerology, and they just blow them all out of the water. So definitely check out their services. I'm really impressed by them, and I'm really happy I get to work with them. So check that out, guys. Make sure to subscribe, and have a wonderful and blessed week. Alrighty. Namaste.